Hello everyone, this is Gerard, and I'm going to be doing a review on the Powerbeats Pro. Let's get into it. Alright, so I just want to make it clear that I'm mainly reviewing these for how they hold up inside the gym. I don't really use these outside of the gym that much, so if you guys are looking for an overall use review, I'm sorry this would not be the video that you're looking for, but if you are looking to purchase these for use inside the gym, I'll let you guys know if it's worth the buy or not. So let's jump right into it. So these are great. Spoiler. If you guys don't want to watch the entire video, they are great, and I would recommend buying these. To explain why, if you're interested in the reasons why, I would say compared to the what are the standard AirPods. I had the standard AirPods that just sit inside your ear. Unfortunately, I lost those, and then I went and bought these. These are great because they have a better. They're more secure inside your ear compared to the AirPods. So when you're in the gym and you're moving around, you're doing cardio, backflips probably, I don't know. These are going to stay more secure throughout your workout than the AirPods. I've had the AirPods full out a number of times during workouts, and had to put them back in. But yeah, these never really had these fall out. However, when you're moving around a lot, you're doing probably crazy movements, they do tend to slide forward a little bit more. Like this is how you have them in your ear, and after a while they do tend to like slide a little bit, not too not too much, but from time to time you do have to like twist them back in. But that's not really a big deal unless you're doing a lot of crazy movements, again, like backflips or something like that. Then you may run into that a couple times, but I've never actually had these fall out entirely like I have with the AirPods. I want to also point out that these are pretty comfortable, but I know that's more of a thing, it depends on the person, probably, the shape of your ear, everyone's different. So I will say I've used these kind of like earbud headphones before, and I never liked them. But for these, they actually came with different earbuds that you could choose from that would feel more comfortable for your ear shape. So that really helped because I was able to find one from the ones that they included. I'm pointing over there because that's where they are. I'll show you guys in a minute. But I was able to find one that fits perfectly, and it feels pretty comfortable. And I haven't had any irritation, or it hasn't felt uncomfortable to wear. I only use these to work out for 45 minutes to an hour. Some people may work out longer than that, but from that time frame of when I use these, I have not had any problems like irritation or just them feeling uncomfortable after a certain amount of time. They've been great in that aspect. I haven't had an issue with these in that regard. I do want to let you guys know the biggest dislike I have about these headphones. I want to get this out the way because I do have a lot of good stuff to say about these. But that one thing would be the range on these. The range is kind of sketchy. So with the AirPods, I had the AirPods before and I lost those, but I used those every day when I went to the gym, when I did have them, and I don't really recall having a connection issue with those. Like I typically leave my phone wherever I sat it at, and when I complete my set, I'll go and grab some paper towel, some spray to clean up the bench or the machine that I was using, and after a few steps walking away with my phone on the ground, these would start to get really spotty where the music would go in and out, and then they would just drop like after a few steps walking away from my phone. Excuse me. But with the AirPods, I don't really recall that being an issue unless I went far away from them, like almost halfway across the gym. then they would start to get spotty and then lose connection. But with these, they lose connection pretty quickly after a few steps when I'm walking away. And I just want to make it known that I use Android. I didn't mention that, but I am an Android user, and maybe that's just an Android thing. Maybe with iPhones it's better, but for Android, or maybe just my phone, could be my phone. I don't know. I have a Samsung S8, but the connection is not that great. Also, speaking of Android, these can be controlled via voice assistants like Siri and Google. I forgot the name of it. What is it called? Google Now. And there's an extra step that you have to do on Android, and I just don't use voice assistants in the gym. That's kind of odd to just be saying, hey Google, change the next song, please. It's not gonna really work in the gym. Most gyms have a lot of loud music going on, and probably people making a lot of noises, grunt noises in the background. So using a voice assistant in the gym is probably not the best idea. But yeah, I don't really use it. I just use the buttons on the sides because these do have buttons on the sides where the Beats logo is, where you could press to pause. You press once to pause the song. You press twice to skip to the next song, and then you triple press it to go back to a previous song. They also have another button where you can control the the volume. There's a little tiny rocker on the top where you press it. The up one would be to turn the volume up. The one that's closer to the Beats logo would be the one that turns it down. So those are the two buttons on these. They both have one, so each one has a Beats logo button that you can press and a volume rocker, right and left earbuds. So that's very handy. For me, I'll be honest, sometimes they don't really, maybe because I've been using them so long, they don't really respond that well sometimes. Like when I do a double press, maybe it's just the apps I'm using, because I use Plex. It's like your own hosted. I host my own music on Plex, so it could just be the Plex app. It's very where Spotify, it did work on Spotify, but I did still have issues from time to time. Like when I double press it, it didn't really register well. Triple press, it sometimes didn't register. So I would say overall it works, but sometimes when you go to press it, it's not a very deep responsive feedback when you press it. Like it feels like you can feel it when you press it, but it's not there's not a lot of feedback like when you press it to know that you really pressed it. But other than that, the buttons on the sides of the headset are very handy, and they do work most of the time. You guys may have noticed that I bought mines in white. I didn't know until after the fact that all of them come with a black case. So no matter if you buy white Powerbeats, if you buy red or black, they're all going to come with a black Powerbeats case to charge them. No big deal. It's fine. The only problem I have is me. I put these in my workout book bag. I take a book bag when I go work out, and it's kind of hard to find. Again, that's probably just a me issue, but when I go to look for them inside the bag, maybe I just got to put them in a certain pouch in the back of my book bag. But they're kind of tough to find if you're digging through, your gym bag or something like that to look for these. It's probably going to be a little tough to find than if they were white like the earbuds. But again, not a huge problem. Yeah. You'll notice that on the front there's a charge indicator light, and when you plug in your lightning cable, which comes included to charge the headset, it turns red, which is on the front. But this is the lightning cable charge port. I wish it was USB Type-C, but yeah, it is what it is. So lightning cable. I have one right here. This is not the one that comes included. it would have been nice. It came with a black one, a black lightning cable. These are for the AirPods that I lost. But yeah, when you have a lightning cable charging these, the power LED here turns red to let you know that it's charging. Apple says that if you charge these for 5 minutes, you'll get an hour and a half of usage after charging them for about 5 minutes. And I would say the battery life on these are excellent. So compared to the AirPods, they did have to be charged for me quite often, whereas I charge these on a full charge and they would last a week and a half or 2 weeks. My workout sessions vary, so I might go in for 40 minutes, 45 minutes, hour and 20 minutes, but these last me a long time. Like I barely have charged these since I bought it, which is pretty crazy, but battery life, if I had to rate that alone, 10 out of 10, excellent battery life. And yeah, that's all I really had to say about that. The earbuds, so if you buy white, they come with white earbuds. If you buy red, they will come with red earbuds. If you buy black, they will come with black earbuds. So that's that. Lastly, I want to talk about the audio quality. So I'm not an audiophile, so I'm not like, I don't want to go too far in depth on the audio aspect, but I will say they definitely sound better than the AirPods that I had previously. And I do want to mention that, like, for Apple headphones or earbuds, for me, they tend to not be very loud on Android. And I usually have to use like a booster app, like a sound booster app, because the default audio, it's very low. So that was a problem with the AirPods, and not a huge problem with these, but I still preferred having an audio booster to boost the audio levels a little bit more than the default audio coming out of these. So I'll show you guys which ones I use. I'll have them up on the screen. And the app that comes with, or that you would download to use with the Beats, to be an Apple app, I feel that it's I feel like they did like a bare minimum, because the app is not that great. It's very odd. But basically, you download the app, you select the Apple or Beats product that you have. I selected Powerbeats Pro, and I don't really recall what it does, but at the time it didn't really do a lot, so I've never really used the app. The app mainly tells you the battery life of the Powerbeats, which is very useful, but other than that, I don't really use the Powerbeats app. I do have one last thing that I want to mention, which would be installing these back inside of the case. So the first week, maybe the first few weeks I had this, it was pretty strange, like getting these back inside. Like once you take them out, nice to get them out, but once you have to put them back in, it's kind of an odd way that you have to get them back inside, that you would find like very strange when you first initially start using these in probably the first few days, first few weeks. But after a while, you'll catch on and get the hang of it, and it doesn't really become a huge problem after that. So I just wanted to mention that as well. My final verdict on the Powerbeats Pro would be, if you're looking to buy these for the gym, then I would say it's a go. I would highly recommend buying these, especially if you're looking at the AirPods Pros versus these. The AirPods are great. The Powerbeats are better suited, I would say, for the gym. But yeah, if you guys found this video to be helpful, please leave a like. If you have any comments, please leave them below. And if you want to see any future content from me, feel free to hit the subscribe button. I will be releasing more reviews in the future. And I just want to say thank you guys for watching. You guys have a good one. Peace.